This transmission's coming in from Club Flashpoint. You're listening to a UNATCO exclusive broadcast, so be sure your lines are secure.
I like how you're doing a Steve Bloom voice, Dale.
Hey, JC Denton is one step away from Steve Bloom. But anyway, welcome to Club Flashpoint, gang. Thanks for listening to a third year of a podcast.
Year 3, let's go. I'm Faden Cross.
I'm Dale Flashpoint.
And I am Uncle.
Uncle, you're visiting us again after the triumphant debut of KOTOR.
Welcome back, Uncle.
Thank you so much for having me here. I'm having so much fun.
I'm convinced. Uncle.
No, I am having a great time. I'm trying out an NPC voice because I feel like that's the theme of the day.
Well, that's what you get when you bring Steve Bloom into it.
Yeah.
Every NPC ever voiced. That's not entirely true.
That's not entirely true.
Mostly anime. Western adaptations of.
But here at Club Flashpoint, we like to talk about a game we've been playing. Because we are monthly.
We're a game club.
We're a game club, like a book club or like a piano club, but every month, you know.
Or like a recital.
Or like what's other clubs that are monthly?
Some people do like pants clubs where they try out new pants every month. I am familiar with tea clubs where they'll like drink different teas.
Yeah.
Okay, but you gotta explain a pants club. This isn't.
No, that's not a thing.
Okay.
My parents had a bar club growing up.
Oh.
Yes.
Was it weekly? That feels like a weekly thing.
Yeah, that was a weekly thing. And they had to change the name of it after us kids came to school and the teachers heard us talk, hey, you guys going to bar club? Because it was a weekly get-together for all our families. And my parents would be drinking. But that's just what the kids called it, too. Hey, you guys going to happy hour? You guys going to bar club? Teachers heard that, and so it became family fun night from then on out. Yeah.
Bar club, we're studying for the bar exam.
Yeah.
My family's highly litigious.
Yeah. None of us were that clever.
Darn.
But besides the game that we play this month, we also like to talk about one other game we played. And Uncle, I'm going to throw it to you. Yeah. What game have you been playing this month that is not Deus Ex?
The game that is not Deus Ex is Total War Warhammer 3.
You've been playing that?
Yeah, it's... Those who know me, who is not you, listener, know that it's really the only other game I usually have time to play or make time to play. It's a real-time strategy game mixed with a turn-based empire management game. It's very Warhammer. Lots of factions, lots to do. I like strategy. I like making lots and lots of guys run around and hit each other with swords. It's fun. Spells are fun. Empire management sometimes can be really fun.
What does this current iteration of Warhammer look like for you?
This current playthrough, you mean?
Yeah, sure. Or just like this period of your life. Like, maybe it's not this playthrough, but like, I've been experimenting with X in all my playthroughs or something.
A really unpopular campaign among a lot of other Total War Warhammer players is the Changeling campaign. It's a relatively recent one that came out. And basically, instead of taking over areas in a conventional means or actually directly controlling cities. You just plant cults in other people's cities. And so instead of taking over the world or destroying other factions, you're incentivized to just manipulate all the other factions.
I love that.
Some people don't really like that. They like painting the map with the color of their country. I have a lot of fun.
Some people do.
Yeah, I have a lot of fun just making people who really should be allies fight each other. Absolutely breaking the sandbox that's already completely broken.
Hell yeah.
It's a lot of fun. It's like my favorite way to play because I can just go for hundreds and hundreds of turns just messing around with an increasingly insane AI. It's pretty fun. Yeah.
That rules. What's the fucked up thing about changelings in this world? Like, what's going on with the Warhammer changelings?
There is only really one changeling in the Warhammer world.
Oh.
It is a demon of Tzinch, and it can become anything that it encounters, basically. So you spend the game so whenever you're using the changeling in combat, you're not the changeling. You're copying one of your enemies or allies that you've encountered and either defeated or made a connection with, and that's kind of how you you engage in battle is by playing as somebody else.
Okay, so it's like so Lucifer changing into things.
Oh, absolutely.
Changing into the snake, changing into a hot guy to convince people to do bad things.
Yes, all for your own ends, like a Neil Gaiman Lucifer.
Yeah, okay.
Or the Lucifer in that universe.
Yeah.
Yes. A lot of fun. Very, very me. Very uncle.
Dale, what have you been playing? What's the game you want to talk about this month?
I have been playing a game that I found for free on good old Epic Games called Sail Forth. It's this very adorable action-adventure game developed by Festive Vector.
That's a sweet name.
That's pretty cool. Festive Vector. Published by Quantum Astrophysicist Guild.
Okay.
Yeah, it's about a year old. Came out last December. Just over 2 years old. No, just over 1 year old. It's in its second year of existence. Anyway, it's a boat game. I like boats.
What kind of boat?
Game.
Sail Forth. You have sailboats that.
It could have been like a cloud boat.
You're right. Could be like cloud boats or like land boats.
Right. It could be land boats.
Could be land boats. It
could be space boats.
It could be space boats.
Solar sails.
Hell yeah. Wikipedia calls it an action adventure game, but as we all know, it's a twin stick shooter. So the writer for the game was Jeff Sparks, Don Thacker. Those two guys came up with a really cute little narrative about boats. That's really all it's about. There are some like quirky characters. You meet the scientist guy that it's Dr. Zissou, Steve Zissou's Life Aquatic, Wes Anderson movie. Cool, cute little nod to a quirky boat movie.
So is it just boat references? Like, what's the goal of the?
It's kind of like build up your boat fleet. You start out with one ship, and you can recruit another ship. You find pirates. You can beat the pirates and recruit them to your team. You can find castaways and recruit them to your team.
Assembling a flotilla,
and then you can outfit them with cannons. There's a little research tree where you can upgrade your cannons.
That sounds neat.
You gotta collect lumber, but that's, as far as I can tell, the only resource other than like the thing to do the research. So it's not like craft heavy. It's just
craft light.
Get wood to build boats and repair boats. very craft light, very boat heavy.
Is
You
it-
sail around with I use WASD and keyboard mouse. A little mouse keyboard action. I'm sure you could use a controller if you wanted to.
Is there like a goal? Is there an end goal for the game, or is it just like open waters right now and you just gotta level up and get stronger?
So I haven't gotten that far because I've just been doing open water, sailing around, having a really good time. I think there's like a story where you help the scientist, Dr. Zissou, research what this purple rock is, and then the pirates want the purple rock, so you gotta fight the pirates, and then there's this pirate named like Bony Boss Man, and there's like a bad dude guy aura around
shit!
him.
It's Bony Boss
Bony
Man.
Boss Man's here.
Fuck. That's the flag of Bony Boss Man on the horizon, sir. We need to turn around.
Yep, turn sails and go the other way. But I haven't gotten into the story. It's just so much fun to sail around this really low poly, very colorful ocean. It reminds me a lot of Wind Waker, where there's like just zones, and then between the zones it's just wide open waters and really cool, calm music. And so I like that. Beyond that, it's like a mindless, cute game. Sail forth. I recommend it if you just want to unplug your brain and look at cool water and listen to relaxing music.
I'm sorry, I'll be getting into Skull and Bones.
That's vaporware. It doesn't exist.
Coming out next month to play.
No, it's not. I don't think so, actually.
You know what?
It's going to get delayed again somehow.
Yeah, Singapore's going to do like a tariff shutdown or something, and they just can't release it due to some weird tax law.
Something.
Do you know Skull and Bones, Uncle?
Uncle's not plugged into the boat scene.
Boat games we're boat bros around
the
here.
hot topic of boat games. everyone's talking about boat games right now.
Especially on this podcast.
Known boat game enthusiasts.
Yeah,
Club Flashpoint.
Not a boat uncle. I am a war buff uncle.
Hell yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like the cool uncle that was like playing the like really intense looking game.
Yeah.
Like a typical like dad game is like a airplane simulator and shit like that.
Yeah.
But an uncle game is a crunchy RPG or a weird grand strategy game.
Hell yeah.
That's an uncle game.
Flash notes on Skull and Bones. In
Yes.
2017, Ubisoft was like, yo, remember Assassin's Creed Black Flag and the boats in Assassin's Creed Black Flag? We're going to make a game that's just that.
Now that I do know.
Yeah.
Amazing.
And it's coming out next month.
It's coming out next month, maybe.
Holy cats.
Here we are in the year of our Lord 2024.
Will it sync Ubisoft?
And we might get a public beta soon. So they're saying.
This might be a boat uncle now.
Whoa, we've got a convert. What about you, Faden? Faden, it is fated to you to tell us what game has occupied your time outside of Do the Sex.
Okay, so typical of me. Looked at a back catalog of stuff that I wanted to play, wanted to finish. Decided to pick up a game that I started in like 2003. And haven't finished it until yesterday. And I played through Star Wars Rogue Squadron 3 Rebel Strike for the GameCube. That game's kind of bad.
Yes.
Especially compared to how amazing Rogue Squadron 2 is. It's kind of a bad game.
Darn.
But I like it because I'm a sicko. It's weird that, okay, so I had this
You
demo.
like bad stuff.
I had this GameCube demo disc.
Uh-huh.
And it was like one of the few things that was like, I had like 3 games on this GameCube demo disc. And one of the 2 games I would play all the time is Sonic Heroes, where it's the first Sonic, Knuckles, and Tails level, and then some like random midpoint Shadow, Rouge, and some weird robot level. And so I played those all the time. The other thing was the Hoth level from Rebel Strike 3, I played that a lot. I would try to get gold as often as I could in it. And now I finally have been just playing it for real. It is different from the other games because now there is like this like isometric third-person shooting that's atrocious. It's really bad. You're like running around as Luke, Han, Leia, or Wedge, just like shooting guns, and the aiming's really bad because it's like this weird lock-on system. And the whole thing you just need to worry about, just jump around. Just hit the X button repeatedly and jump around. In the Luke missions, you get a lightsaber. You just press A and you're just swinging wildly and you're hoping you hit your enemies. Now, it was a really funny moment where Yoda did teach Luke how to double jump. When in the air, use the force you can to do a double jump.
Cal
Kestis, double jump he can. Like, yeah, no, this is the original Cal Kestis double jump he can, and it killed me. So, I got that out of it. The ending Luke level is this, like, Sarlacc pit rescue mission, and the skiffs are just, like, circling in, like, concentric circles, and you have to jump from skiff to skiff, but the camera changes, and that changes the direction you need to push the control stick, and so you just die going one way, but the camera changes, and now you're going a different way. I somehow silvered that mission. It's very arcadey. You want to keep going back and try to get all the medals and stuff and unlock the secret levels. And the secret levels aren't just... There's only really one that's good. And you play as the A-Wing that kills the Super Star Destroyer.
Uh-huh.
In the last, like, Return of the Jedi. Yeah. And you don't really know it.
By crashing, right?
By crashing. Yeah, so like I'm like shooting the command bridge of the Super Star Destroyer, and then the game like hard cuts, shows that exact scene of the A-Wing crash through the Super Star Destroyer.
Amazing.
It's very goofy. It also uses scenes from the movies because it really tries to just recapture movie scenes and like kind of add a little filler around them for some reason. It doesn't... I want it to work. It doesn't really work. Sometimes it's really funny because they just cut off key parts and they're like, just go, go, go. Like, Luke's fighting Vader. Luke gets thrown out the window. Now Luke's going down the pipe. Screw all the Luke, I am your father stuff. Everyone knows that. Everyone knows that. You're going to rescue Luke in the Millennium Falcon. Flying the ships feel great, though.
Okay.
That's the part that I love about the game. Is just the ship flying is still really good. You can't really beat it. And there's a lot of different ships in this one. Some levels... You can use other ships, but I tried, like, you can't fit a Millennium Falcon through, like, a laser grid. It's just impossible. So you can't beat that level if you choose that one.
Interesting.
Which lame. I don't know. It's a weird game. I want to like it, but Han Solo has this confrontation, like, when he's blowing up the Endor shield generator base. This one random stormtrooper in dark armor comes up and starts shouting, "I'm here to get you, Solo." And Han just responds, "Sharkly, I knew your evilness would show up again, but I didn't think you would be here." And I'm just sitting here like, who the fuck is this guy? Who's this grudge man? It's Sharkly, which...
That is very Star Wars, though. Name a character and expect... It act like everyone should know who that is.
Right.
Yeah.
Glupshido. Like,
It's
Glupshido all over again. And I realized, oh yeah, that's the guy Wedge fights in his tree of missions. You have like different trees that takes the point of view of different characters, which I think is interesting, but the Luke missions are just so god-awful. I hate the Luke missions so much. And yeah, I played that, unlocked all the levels. I don't recommend it. Just play Rogue Squadron 2, Rogue Leader. Better game.
Okay.
Have you played the Jedi Starfighter game?
I have not. Oh, I have.
Okay. I remember really liking that as a child, but I have not played it since I was a child.
Yeah, I didn't really latch onto it. I really like the Rogue Squadron games. Like the first and the second one are super good. Highly recommend Battle for Naboo. That's amazing. But not 3. Don't get 3. Don't try 3. Unless you have someone you can co-op with, and then you play the campaign of 2. It just has all the campaign of 2 as the co-op missions. They just made them for co-op people.
Cool.
Yeah.
Weird choice.
No co-op in the second game. Even weirder choice. Don't know what they're doing. Oh, the intro of Rebel Strike is also Disco Star Wars. And they have people doing disco dancing.
Very
I forgot to
nice.
mention that. That's important.
Miko, that's the number one hit.
Yeah.
In the 70s.
Except for some odd reason, I mean, not some odd reason, obviously. But I thought it was weird. Leia's in her slave outfit, of course.
That's very weird.
That's
why,
very
why would
weird.
they do that?
Yeah, like it's just everyone normal, and then like dancing around kind of Leia in the center in her slave outfit. I'm like, two of these people in here are related to her. I don't like this. Because it's Darth Vader too.
True.
Is also doing disco dancing.
Hell yeah.
While the LucasArts animation is in his like square like chess piece. You're just thinking about that.
I am. It's in my head.
Yeah, Dale.
I'm trying not
dancing
to.
over here, thinking about the disco Star Wars.
It's a confusing image.
There's that song is 12 minutes long.
It's really good though.
It has one of the greatest marimba solos I've ever heard. When they get to the Cantina Band part, they just cut loose on this marimba, and it's so good.
Uncle, have you not heard it?
I have not heard it.
Ooh.
Might have to expose you to that after this.
Could we legally get away with putting all 12 minutes of Miko's Disco Star
We
Wars?
probably can, but I would prefer not to.
Okay, listeners, you look it up. It's worth your time. and find the 12-inch disco full mix, not the radio edit.
Yeah, radio edit is for cowards.
Yeah. No, you gotta get the whole thing.
Should we talk about Deus Ex?
I was going to actually bring up the other cut on that album, Other Galactic Funk, which is just Miko jamming out on some cool ideas about what it would be like to be a space funk band.
Like a jizz whaler of sorts.
What would it be to be a jizz whaler? But sure, we could do a video game podcast like
I
we
guess
have
we
for the
can.
last 2 years.
Yeah.
Year 3, Deus Ex. Let's
go. Let's go. So what we like to do here is we like to do a 30-second elevator pitch. So pitch the merits of the game, to try to sell the game, maybe sell the audience if they're not aware what Deus Ex is. Who knows? And all of last year, we did a year of Touchstone games, and me and Dale traded responsibilities for this. But since we're back to normal, we can inflict the elevator pitch on our guests, which we like to do.
So I'm setting a timer for 30 seconds.
Oh, I thought you were setting it for 50 minutes.
No. It was set for 50 minutes. I'm changing that.
Could we set it for 50 minutes? I want to hear the
50-minute elevator pitch.
I want to hear the full boardroom pitch.
Let me go get my charts.
Yeah. It should take you as long to explain the game as it should take to get through one level of the game.
Hey, we gotta save it. We gotta get the elevator pitch.
Okay.
So, this
anyway,
is a 3-part episode, listeners.
On your mark, get set, pitch.
Imagine an insane world, a far future where most currency is digital, where cops are bad guys, and where governments somehow can't be trusted. A psycho, insane, unimaginable dystopia where disease riddles the population, but many don't even believe in it. Where the vaccine is available, but only to the rich. Can you imagine this world, listeners? Can you hack into somebody else's email, find out what their ATM allows you to steal from them?
I'm sold. This sounds like a really fantastical world that has I've never heard of this before. This sounds fresh and new in a sense of this. I could never conceive of a world like this.
Damn.
This is original.
Radically
it's
different
wild.
from what we know in our true lives.
Yeah,
Right.
It couldn't be based on reality at all.
Not
Once you
ours.
Open your eyes, all three of them, you will see that it is, in some ways, kind of real.
Whoa, like a dark reflection of our own experience.
Yeah.
So Deus Ex, huh?
Yeah.
Developed by Ion Storm, publisher Eidos Interactive. Eidos Interactive. Rip. Especially to Square Enix selling them off, and Embracer going, you know what? Fuck every single company we bought. I thought for some odd reason the Deus Ex was in the Dark Engine. No, that is Steve. This was an Unreal Engine game.
Mm-hmm. Early Unreal.
Yes.
One of the very very early came out.
Unreal Tournament was the first one. Come on now.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you, Dale, for that historical correction. We want to be honest here.
Yes.
We want to give you the facts
Holy
only,
shit.
unless we don't know the facts, and then we are sorry for misleading you.
You know the
Can't
facts
trust
that
a
I got
podcast,
wrong? The
what
gamer
can you
facts?
trust?
Yeah, sure. What facts did you get wrong?
The
Do you have a correction?
Unreal Tournament was not the first instance of the holy shit.
Yeah.
Monster kill. Godlike.
Really?
It came out the same year as Halo 2. Those voice packages.
Okay.
But they copied Halo 2. But I thought it was the other way around. I thought Halo 2 copied it. And I think it was the third Unreal
I think you're
Tournament.
still getting this wrong.
I get it mixed up. So.
I think you're getting this way wrong. You just asserted that the Halo announcer was the same as the Unreal announcer.
That's
that was
what
your
it was.
assertion, and because Halo just copied it and got the same guy when they didn't.
No. Was it Halo copied the words with a different guy?
No, they had different words too.
I thought Monster Kill was just Monster Kill. You can't really copyright
You
Monster
can't really
Kill.
copyright Monster Kill, nor any of those. You can't copyright any of them.
No, it's just words.
They're
If
just
we're
words, man.
copywriting words, what are we doing?
And so, Deus Ex came out, June 23rd in the year 2000. Immersive Sim game, probably one of the Urtex of Immersive Sim games. And this kind of, I don't know, they don't make these anymore, do they?
What could you define for us? What an immersive sim game is?
I have always take Immersive Sims to be games that give you many gameplay options to approach problems.
Okay.
You have to get inside the locked building. How do you get inside the locked building? Do you find a computer terminal that can unlock it? Do you talk to someone and do a favor for them? They'll give you the key. Do you maybe find a way to move a box to jump on top of that box, access a vent, go through the vent? So there's a problem and there's many specific gameplay options to the solution.
Okay. And I just want to remind our listeners, you said they don't make these anymore?
Yes.
Not
I would
really.
like to challenge that. Have you played Dishonored? Because Dishonored
is almost
Deus Ex.
10 years old.
Have you played... I got one. Have you played Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom?
Not really an immersive sim.
Oh my god, is that an immersive sim?
No, it's
By
not.
your definition that you just presented, giving you gameplay options to approach different puzzles and solve them in different ways.
I think first person is an essential element of this genre.
Is it?
I don't-
Or is it just solving puzzles with different gameplay elements?
Here's the thing.
Tears of the Kingdom, the Twilight Princess of our time.
Here's the thing. The solution to Zelda is always the same in the end. Kill
Kill
the thing.
Ganondorf.
No, not even kill Ganondorf. Kill the thing that's behind the wall.
Okay. You know what I mean, though.
Yeah, I mean...
Tears of the Kingdom. I don't know why I want to keep saying Twilight Princess.
I
I
don't
think
know
Tears
why.
of the Kingdom is a contender for a modern immersive sim. That's my hot take of the day.
It's a physics box.
Isn't that what Day of Sex is?
I don't think
a
so,
physics
because
box
it
where you're
really is
doing
like-
modifications
it's more just
to your
like
gameplay
more about, like-
elements to differentiate your physics ways. I jump higher now so I can get on top of the box. I lift heavier things now because of my augments. That's modifying physics.
I know, we can always abstract things out, but the adventure...
It's a twin stick shooter.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so...
I'm done. I've been saving that bombshell in my
It's
my
not
brain.
a bombshell
Bombshell.
because
It's
not...
it's totally an immersive sim.
It's an adventure game.
I'll leave now.
It's just an adventure
game. I like that description.
That's that's like the verbs you're doing in Zelda is adventure and discovery, not like puzzle box solution like Deus Ex verbs are. The verbs are different. Verbs are important.
Okay. You're not adventuring in Deus Ex?
Not really, no.
Okay.
No, not really.
See, that's what I was saying, though. I think Deus Ex is an adventure game. That you're on an adventure. You're making decisions about how you solve the problems of the adventure. And I think in that way, I see the comparison.
But but the thing about Deus Ex, it all
comes from the desk of Manderley.
It all kind of terminates at the same branch usually, though. It kind of has a weird, it gets thicker in the middle, and I don't know how to describe it. How do you describe it?
Here, I think, is an important distinction. Are immersive sims predominantly linear? Get these sandboxes to do different things in, but you're going on.
You're going on
Tears
levels.
of the Kingdom is not that.
No.
Tears of the Kingdom is...
No, it's an adventure.
But it's still an immersive sim adventure. Anyway, we're not talking about Tears of the Kingdom.
I don't know why this is... You haven't even beaten it.
I'm like 70% of the way through.
Miserable. Miserable.
Games are too big and too vast and too many.
It's very, very hard for me to play and complete a Zelda game. They're really... all the Zelda games are too big. They're too big for me.
I felt that way about Deus Ex. That it was too big at times.
Yeah, let's maybe take a step back and let's hit everyone's overall thoughts. We'll start with you, Dale, seeing as you're coming in hot and fiery.
I'm coming in hot and fiery. Well, I just love they don't make immersive sims anymore. I think they do.
I don't think they really don't. I think
AAA games don't.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
They is? Okay.
They as in culturally, like we used to have...
BioWare is not making immersive sims anymore.
Name me a BioWare immersive sim.
I picked a company.
Okay.
Bungie is not making immersive sims anymore. You're not going to go out there and find a Valve immersive
It's
sim.
more that the studios that make these games have all shut down.
Okay. All right,
that's the important stuff. And the institutional knowledge of making these games is kind of lost. Now, granted... Prey came out in 2017, so 7 years ago. Prey was I feel like Prey is
yes.
It felt like
it's a modern iteration of Deus Ex formula, the System Shock formula, the BioShock formula.
BioShock's not an immersive sim.
Not as much. No,
BioShock is anti-immersive sim.
Yeah, I'm a little bit. Yeah, let's go back.
If anyone wants to hear our thoughts, we have a great episode of BioShock from October.
Poor Jake.
20. Yeah, poor Jake.
We jumped on Jake.
Because does Jake love BioShock?
He had us play it. That was his game he picked for us.
I do enjoy BioShock. At least I did. But it's not as fun on the replay.
Did you know you're playing a video game?
Yes.
Did you know that you could make choices, but you're still playing a video game?
Yeah.
If you really wanted to stop the violence, why didn't you just walk away and turn off the console and never play again?
Duh.
But, yeah, so these, just the institutional knowledge to make these things is kind of lost. Now, again, this is obviously not true in the indie space where you have games like Cruelty Squad coming out.
Rot Flesh.
Sure.
There's another one that
there's a lot of them. That's the thing.
Yeah.
There is a lot of them. People are making these
and there's some cool ones, too.
But the Deus Ex is a good example of...
where it all started and how far we have come.
Yeah, so overall thoughts, Dale.
Oh, garbage can game. Don't waste your time. Oh, my God. Not even mods can save this experience.
Why do you think that?
It's so old. It's it smells like mothballs. It's this game is just give me applesauce and a back pill. All right, Grandpa.
Now, some listeners might be thinking, but wait, isn't your favorite game, Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, a game that is older than Deus Ex, Grandpa?
It is. It incredibly is, because there are games that age like wine, and there are games that age like hot cheese. Yes. And Deus Ex is hot Munster cheese. There are things that shine about this game because it was a very early example of 3D interaction with environments, and that's cool and respectable. And there are things that fucking suck about this game, like mapping throw your weapon to tab by default. because we have not developed a standardized control scheme yet because it's 2000 and the freaking wild west of developing games for computer.
People are trying shit.
Yeah, they were.
But you keybind later, right?
Yeah, I figured out how to change keybinds, thankfully. Thank you, Uncle. You
saved
yes. A little bit of my experience, but ultimately I could not finish this game and resorted to watching a Let's Play, which was also sleep-inducing. Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
Where'd you end? Well, let's get like a baseline of where you ended gameplay.
I almost got to Hong Kong. I got to the LaGuardia private airfield and was like 2 steps away from confronting Lebedev. And,
you did not almost get to Hong Kong. Okay.
That was like...
No.
Well, okay, the next part was the raid on Paul's apartment. I didn't get to save my brother.
And then there's another part after that, too.
Oh, yeah.
You had a little ways to go.
You were not close to Hong Kong. You barely made a third of the way through the game.
Is quite long.
Hong Kong is like half of the game.
I'm glad you stopped where you did then. If it was...
It was so hard for me to play.
Yeah.
Uncle, what about your general thoughts?
This is hard for me because I'm confused with my thoughts about this game. I would say right now I appreciate this game. I appreciate this game, and I think I like that. I liked your analogy. This is fine wine or fine cheese, but it's a cheese that doesn't age. I think I'd counter that analogy because I think there are a lot of people that could appreciate this where rotten cheese is unappreciable. I think this is more like a scotch. This is an old fucking scotch. And some people like that burn. They like that what to us is a yucky pain. Mm-hmm. Because this game is not for me.
No.
I would say this game is probably not for me. It's frustrating in ways that are perhaps unique to me. I'm not good at parts of this game in really frustrating ways. I get lost really easily. And this is an old game.
It's so dark.
As Dale has mentioned, it's an old game. It hasn't aged visually very well. I think there are some mods that help that. But I didn't use them. And it's clunky. Games have come a long way since this came out. But really, my problem with this game was ultimately it was about me. I am a little forgetful with the hitting that plus button, the quick save, the God saving grace of this game. You must have quick save at your disposal, or you will find this a very frustrating game. I think there is no autosave. Like we have in modern games. So you'll hit a really important milestone and then maybe, not pay attention for a few moments, hit a trip mine and realize I haven't saved in an hour. That's really frustrating. And when you're as careless as I, that happens a lot. And so I often found myself losing lots of progress over and over and over again, and it made it difficult for me to get through it. I couldn't finish it. Yeah. I think more...
How far did you get?
I made it to the rooftop of Area 51, which
last level.
I understand is the last level, a very long level. It's
True.
also what I understand the playthrough I watched or very much sped my way through was quite long. It was a decent chunk of the overall playthrough was this final level. And so ultimately I think I'm glad that I stopped where I stopped. But and I do say I appreciate this game. Again, I don't think it's for me.
You respect the aging that went into this old barrel of scotch, but at the end of the day, you like your nose hairs and not burning them out.
I appreciate
with like 98% alcohol.
I'm glad I tasted it. I don't know that I'd ask for it.
Yeah, yes. I get that.
Yes.
I like your description better than hot cheese. It's not hot cheese.
Yeah.
It's fucking old scotch.
I appreciate the flavors it provided us to try so that we could expand upon them and make them better with newer games. I think I like the precedent it set in a lot of ways. Nice. I think this game provided a lot of people a lot of great ideas to make really cool, better games.
I think I have a better metaphor. I think I have a more apt metaphor.
Can I add one more thing?
Yeah, sure. Absolutely add one more thing.
Just one final addendum, and I realized this on the way to this podcast recording, but this game also didn't work for me because of the way it delivers narrative. I can't play Mushu games because I'm either slaying 1,000 people and focusing on doing the action, or I'm paying attention to narrative. when Alex Jacobson is telling me what to do next while I'm trying to kill NSF bad guys, I gotta pick one. I can't focus on both.
I'm excited
and that's
to
a
talk
me
about
thing.
that.
That is a me thing.
Yeah, so I think the more apt metaphor is throughout the past 400 years, we all been kind of doing like fun reiterations of like very popular Western hegemonic stories. So, how many iterations of As You Like It have we hit?
Oh, okay.
How many like reduxes of that? Like She's the Man. Come on, we got so many. However, when you go back and read As You Like It, you realize, oh shit, this hits harder than those new things because this gets it from the start. It understands it. And Deus Ex is probably one of the greatest games I've ever fucking played. I absolutely adore this thing. It is. I have never played this before. This is my first time. I have zero nostalgia. I think this game hits on all functions. I feel like RoboCop trying to maneuver my weird clunky body. I'm pressing the F function keys. I never pressed the function keys for anything except to quickly hit F12 to take a screenshot. But now I have to map all my augmentations to all these function keys, and it rules. I feel like I'm unlocking, flipping the hidden hatch, pressing the "Are you sure?" big red button, going, hell yeah, add regeneration. I'm going to walk through this radiation field. Let's go. I think games should be more like Deus Ex, and I think it plays wonderfully. Truly great narrative delivered by some of the most absolute unhinged voice acting I've ever heard in such a positive way. JC Denton's voice is miraculous. That it feels seriously camp, and it just keeps straddling and flipping between those lines seamlessly. We'll have a conversation where JC Denton's like, we don't kill innocents. That's evil. Why would you do that? To, the government can't be behind all these conspiracies. You really believe that? You really believe all these forces, the Illuminati, are real, coming together? And just having the weirdest experience of his life, his cybernetic augmented life, learning that these forces are real, aliens are kind of real, you have a laser sword, you're in a conspiracy, your brother is stupid, a lot's going on. You're also Jesus Christ, JC Denton.
Jesus Christ Denton.
Jesus Christ Denton. This game is just beautiful. I love the atmosphere. I feel like I am in a neo-noir sort of film where they have a lot of high contrast and dark images for your brain to kind of fill in the void. I've gotten jump scared by a few little greasels hiding in the dark sometimes, and I was like, oh, shit! Oh, great. Great game. I love it. I love it. I can't believe this game just has been there, and I haven't played it before, and hey, I just get to experience this thing.
All right, should we do questions?
No, we should talk about like mechanics and gameplay. I kind of want to hear about. You can have a lot of different variety in builds and stuff too. So we'll go with you, Dale. Yes. You probably have. What sort of build were you doing? What sort of gameplay were you doing? How were you approaching situations?
Yeah. You can have a lot of different mechanics, and you can put a lot of points into different skills. And it turns out because it was the year 2000, you can make wrong choices, and you can get bad augmentations and pick worthless skills like swimming, which comes up 0 times in the game. Maybe 4 times.
Sometimes.
Maybe 4 times.
There's a lot of places you can swim to bypass a lot of security, actually, in a good amount of levels. Yeah. Again,
it's a bad example. I can't speak because I didn't finish the game because I think it isn't good. So yeah, I read a lot about this game just growing up, just being on the internet as a kid. People were talking about Deus Ex being one of the all-timers, being one of the most customizable games. You can
kind of true, yeah.
So
choose your own adventure, man.
Yeah, choose your own adventure, man. Be the augmented robo spy you want.
The choose your own adventure, that part's a liar. It's a very linear story.
So linear.
Choose your own way through a linear story.
And you can customize between 2 options, which is cool. You can make your arms stronger for picking things up or stronger for punching people. That's so customizable. The options are overwhelming. I'm being so sarcastic. I just didn't like my experience of a game that had such high expectations already set up for me going into. And you're going to say I buy the hype, and I do. I do buy the hype. I bought the No Man's Sky pre-order deluxe from I Got Games or whatever that didn't come out until 5 months after No Man's Sky came out. I buy the hype. That's my fault. But it made me have a bad experience. And so, I
think I had a similar problem. I heard it was the best game ever. I heard from many people it was the best game ever. And because I think for me, I played it wrong. I definitely played it wrong, too. Yeah.
This is a game you can play wrong.
And may I ask, Dale, what were you trying to do? Were you trying to do stealthy, action-packed, lethal, non-lethal?
I went in thinking that I was going to be this cool hacker that had access to explosives and computers. So I took the Gep gun, and I was ready to do some hacking, and I was not going to kill anyone. I had the baton, which
I chose the Gep gun. I wasn't going to kill anyone.
I was going to kill all the robots. I was going to, make all the security bots explode in one hit. And I was doing that in Liberty Island, and then Anna Navarra showed up and called me a pussy.
I love her antagonistically yelling at the pacifist players.
Yes,
fucking idiots.
Yes.
Yeah, and she's right.
Okay, so yeah, a game you can play wrong. I played wrong by trying to do non-lethal.
I would say
it's not wrong. It's just hard.
But Anna Navarra's right.
She is right.
Hard, and I think that's the thing. You can choose hard, and if you choose hard for someone for whom this game is already difficult to play, that does make it impossible. Which in some way does make it a wrong choice.
Yeah.
I did some similar choices that were
when Faden said
non-optimized.
When Faden said the RoboCop analogy, like
you got to do first act of RoboCop.
Yeah.
I was like if I had approached it with that in mind, I might have had a better time.
And I think, again, it was my pre-expectations going in poisoned my playthrough, because instead of doing that, instead of just role-playing as an actual cop, I knew that, okay, well, this is a conspiracy theory game. I'm probably playing for the bad guys, right? Yeah. And I don't want to actually help the bad guys, so I also tried really hard, non-lethal. And if I hadn't looked up a couple basic guides, I didn't want to spoil too much for myself.
I should have used
guides. I looked up very basic guides, non-spoiler guides, that I absolutely needed to play the way I wanted to play. Because the game does not tell you that you can non-lethally knock someone out in one hit from the start with barely trained baton. If you sneak all the way up right behind them, because in this game, remember 2000, you can touch somebody and it doesn't actually, they don't register the fact that you've touched them. So if you walk all the way up right behind them and you aim squarely at the center of their back with one strike of the baton with 1 point of training, you can knock them out from the beginning, and you can do a non-lethal playthrough starting with that.
No, I went in swinging.
But they don't tell you that.
Yeah, I would get close and then go like, I'm aiming for the head. Bap, 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 bap. Okay, I got him.
Yes, and that also becomes doable once you get the regeneration augment halfway through the game. Yes. And you so what happened for me, I also tried to do non-lethal. I tried to do relatively stealthy, hackery, but I looked up a guide for which skills to put points into for that kind of playthrough, and that made it a lot easier for me.
I should not have chosen expert in explosives from go.
No, explosives.
Expert.
I would think I went really high. I went very high.
You get so few explosives for much of the early game. That must have been very frustrating.
I just gotta say, when
everything I shot with the Gep gun died.
Yeah,
it's not an explosive weapon. The Gep gun, you know that, right?
Nope, I don't.
It's
why would a guided explosive rocket
heavy weapon or big weapon? What is it called?
Cool.
I don't remember the name of it.
Big weapon.
You're right. Explosives are lambs.
Awesome.
They're gas grenades, I think.
That's my bad. That's my bad for thinking an RPG was an explosive weapon.
Well, it explains if you read.
Which I don't.
Okay, so hold up. So, Dale.
Explosive said...
And that was the other thing, the reading.
The explosive skill
There's a lot of
reading
in this game.
Explosive weapons, right?
It lists explicitly what weapons are considered explosives in the skill description.
I didn't get
the skill
that far.
descriptions, they do tell you which weapons they apply to. So, but I'll tell you, I was going for stealthy, non-lethal. I didn't think pistols would be helpful in my non-lethal playthrough, but guess what uses the pistol skill? The tranquilizer crossbow. Yes. So that was a big difficulty for me early on, was having to wait 1,000 years for the crossbow to successfully aim at my enemies. And then, and this is also a game where you realize the tranquilizer dart does not knock somebody out right away, because that's not how tranquilizer darts work.
If you hit them in the head, apparently it does, according to the Let's Play I watched.
It is true.
That's true. It's
tough.
I'm bad at aiming, and this is a game that, again, remember, people, it's been 24 years since this game came out.
This game came out in 800 BC.
Yes. Aiming works a little differently in a shooter like this.
Yeah.
You sit and you wait until your chance of hitting goes up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you have a lot of accuracy mods that is automatically already there.
Yes. Which you can perhaps be ready for and choose successfully, or if you're not prepared, you don't choose those mods, maybe.
Nope.
Or if you don't, because you got to find them to use them, and that's the thing. You got to find the augments to get them. You got to
wade through the darkness of this game.
Yes, you have to do the more frustrating elements of the game to get the upgrades, to get the skill bonuses, the area location skill bonuses, which I was forcing myself to do. Even though it was making me frustrated, which
good for you.
Made it difficult to play, though.
Good for you.
That's the thing, though. I was ruining the experience for myself. I should have committed to the playthrough of having fun, running around, being a psycho cop.
Head empty, guns out.
Yes, why didn't Robocopping it?
Did we not look up console commands?
Oh, I didn't even think to look up console commands.
Next time we do an old game like this, we got to remember to look up console commands.
You mean in 1 month?
I did look up the console commands. I don't know what I was doing wrong. I could not get them to work. I was playing. This is like a very true, like, it felt like a downloaded experience, because my audio wasn't working. So I was playing on super hard mode. I couldn't get the output for my audio to work on headphones or my speaker system.
So you had to read all of those.
I had to read
shirts?
everything. I couldn't hear anything in this game. I couldn't hear the sirens. I had to look for the subtitle that says siren activated. And remember that the sirens are on.
Yep.
Because I wasn't actively hearing it.
Oh.
So I was playing this game on super hard
Yeah, no,
mode.
that's...
Yeah.
I'm surprised you got as far as you did.
Yeah.
Like that, because that sounds awful.
Oh, yeah.
For my build, I had... So, when a game gives you a pistol, you have to know that the pistol is the most common weapon to find. No matter what, instinctually. I think that's what I knew. So, immediately, upgraded my pistols right away, upgraded my lockpicking, upgraded my hacking. I'm all set to explore. Mm-hmm. I just wanted to be able to explore and to unlock doors. If you have hacking and lockpicking, that means you're going to run into a lot of locked doors, well, that'll be very useful to have. So mostly I had a stealth pistol through most of my run. Mm-hmm. Very accurate, killing people. I didn't mess with non-lethal. I'm a cop. Why would I ever do that? Yeah, non-lethal means I just shoot you with a slightly softer bullet.
Yeah,
that's not lethal.
Which can be still lethal.
That is still lethal.
Yes,
Not can be. That just straight up is. We just like to say it's non-lethal to pretend it's fine.
Yes. Yeah.
Fucked country.
Absolutely.
And I had a sniper rifle, silent sniper rifle. So I'm just brat, headshot. Look down a hallway, headshot.
Hold on, I still can't believe the guided explosive projectile gun. Is not explosive. Okay,
it's not. It's a big weapon.
All right,
it's like it's a plasma.
Yeah, is the sniper rifle a non-lethal one?
It's a rifle.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
You got to think of it as the skill of using a device like an explosive. So a handheld grenade is the skill of using a grenade. That's
the
what
localized
it should say.
Area
grenades.
munition.
Instead of being explosives, it should be grenades.
Yeah. But it does help when you read the skill descriptions. I just have to point that out.
Reading's for old people.
It is. And so is this
game. I love reading. And so maybe that's what makes the experience a lot easier for me. I was constantly going through documents, reading all the books and stuff, reading the newspapers.
That was the hook that caught me and pulled me through the pain of this experience. Was I also enjoy reading, and the reading makes this game.
It's so good.
It really does.
The narrative is just great in this game,
yes.
I think.
I like movies.
I like movies.
I am film fan.
This is not a movie.
Once I got my
it is not.
That's this is not a movie.
This game is a book.
This game is a book.
That's
why I do like, Faden, I really liked your analogy, your addition to our metaphor pool of this being a
As You Like It, yeah.
As You Like It, a Shakespearean
You love
play.
bringing up As You Like It on this podcast.
I do love bringing up As You Like It on a podcast. I have done it before, but it's great.
But it's great because this game is a book. This game is a reading experience, and even if you like reading, if you're not prepared for Shakespeare, you're gonna have a hard time reading Shakespeare.
Yep.
And that's something you learn a lot teaching reading, is that there are people who love reading, but if they're not prepared for a certain kind of reading, it's just not going to be a good experience.
And I think the kind of reading you need to be prepared for in this game is technical manual.
Yes.
This is the type of
Yes. And that's my weakness as a reader, is technical manuals.
If Deus Ex is a book, it is your technical manual.
Exactly. And it often reads exactly like one. That's a great description. Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, and the final roundup to my build, though, so then we can kind of move on to the other stuff. Just, you get the Dragon Tooth Sword in Hong Kong, level up your low tech, you one-shot everyone. Literally everyone.
Yeah.
Just run up behind them, smack. It's great.
Lightsaber. It's a lightsaber.
It's a lightsaber. Kind of. But sword. Wait, is lightsaber...
I'm going to leave.
Music in this game.
Banging soundtrack. Holy shit. 10 out of 10. This is what the 90s sounded like.
I love the music.
I
love the
good.
weird techno music.
When you get to France and fucking Majestic 12 is everywhere, and then the sirens start going off, and it's like, bleep, 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 and the music is like, and the sirens are still going, bleep, bleep. It's so good. It is so good.
Yes, it is so good, and it's so good that my audio being broken was not going to stop me from listening to the soundtrack.
Good.
I was listening to the soundtrack from my phone while playing the game because I couldn't
really
not. It was so the vibe.
Yeah.
It's a big part. In like the soundtrack kind of helped me felt like keeping pace in my movement. Weirdly enough, too. It feels like
rhythm game. Is this a rhythm game?
It'd be better if it was. It'd be better if it was. You had to learn that the power of music is how you defeat Empire.
Crypt of the Necrodancer Deus Ex game. No, but the music propelled me forward to keep going. I don't know. It feels like the momentum is the same as the movement with the music, and that just felt nice to me in the game. Just all flowed.
Cool. This music is so cool.
Yeah.
You should listen to the soundtrack right now. Stop our podcast. Come back after you.
It's a long soundtrack.
There's a lot
It's about
of
3 hours long.
They made a lot of music for this game, and I'm so glad that they did.
Yeah. Every level has its own music and battle music. Sometimes levels have multiple music too. Sometimes they get reused, but you know. Should we break into it? Should we dive deep into the story? Go mission by mission.
Intense. Very well written.
The more you read, the better it gets.
It's very campy.
But
like in good
done
way.
well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
good way.
it's intentional.
It kind of had to be. It kind of had to be.
A Steven Seagal movie.
This is a Tom
Not that
Clancy
bad.
movie.
Come on,
A Tom
Steven
Clancy
Seagal
movie.
This is
fun.
a Tom Clancy book.
Yeah,
This is definitely a Tom Clancy book.
Yep, bingo.
But it's like the Tom Clancy editor's notes.
What?
Because you said it's a technical manual.
Right.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's the emails that he was sending while writing.
Right.
Yes.
While writing.
Yes.
And not a team of writers doing it, definitely.
Yes.
Allegedly.
Well, the emails he was sending so someone could write it.
Right.
I think the story is fun in ways that I would love to see presented in a film. This would make like a really cool like it's
Rip
like
to the canceled Deus Ex film that was worked on for a bit.
It's like one part Men in Black, one part Dan
Dan Brown.
Dan Brown's
fucking Da Vinci
Code. You get elements of like action freaking cop movies.
Yeah.
Heat is in there.
It's a 90s, early 2000s hacker movie.
Definitely.
It's a Matrix movie. Yeah. The conspiracy and computers. Email.
Y2K fears.
Yes.
Y2K didn't happen, but technology took over our lives.
the World Trade Center, not there in our skyline.
Because of terrorists.
No, because we actually couldn't render it, apparently. They couldn't get the World Trade Center to be in the skyline of New York, and they just cut it out.
And then they said because of terrorists.
Yeah.
And then the next year happened.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wild. But, terrorists attacked the
Because
World Trade Center.
conspiracies are real, you guys.
Well, and also terrorists have attacked the World Trade Center twice, so
Yes,
know.
at that point, yeah.
Yeah.
Biggie Smalls was not predicting the future. He was talking about
a
a bombing that had already happened.
People are dumb.
Blow up like the World Trade.
So, they're naming stations in Antarctica after, COVID viruses? I think we should look into that. Like Omicron and Delta. That's COVID.
Dale is soft launching.
Dale. Antarctica isn't real. It's a wall of ice.
If you look at Antarctica on Google Maps, it's just white. There's nothing there. What are they blocking out? Why are they hiding it from us?
God.
How do they keep all the other colors out?
So plague has hit the world. The Gray Death, is that what it was called?
The Gray Death.
The Gray Death.
So clever.
The government has the vaccine, kind of. That's what everyone says.
It's really hard to make.
But it's actually
a death preventative. Ambrosia.
Yeah,
it doesn't cure you, but it stops the effects of the Gray Death.
And only the government gets it. And
if
the
you're
rich
a
people.
CEO or the senator, president, senator.
We got evil Bob Page in the background.
Bob Page is a cartoon character. I love
Yeah.
it.
Oh, they all are.
They all are.
He's a pretty cartoon villain.
Yeah.
Evil CEO. What's the pharma company he runs?
CyberLife. Is it CyberLife?
Wait.
Sure.
Something Life.
I should know
VersaLife.
this.
VersaLife. There it is.
Yeah,
Yes.
Bob Page, CEO of VersaLife.
VersaLife.
In the opening cutscene, we see this guy go, "Don't give them the vaccine. Let chaos in the streets unfold."
Yeah.
Beginning.
Our evil plan to kill people is proceeding accordingly.
A note on VersaLife, an email you can read when you infiltrate their headquarters is very laden with HR talk. We're all a family here. We hope you take the opportunity to learn about our code of ethics. Oh, it's wonderful.
Yep.
It's the most HR mushy-gushy emails you can read are in the psycho absolute hellhole of VersaLife.
Yeah, just rancid corporate email vibes in that one.
Beautiful. Love it. Yeah.
We start off in the training. Fun little training mission.
Where they knock
You
out a
don't do
man
the
just to
training
train you
mission.
how to pick him up.
Yep.
Don't worry, he'll be well compensated.
Yes.
Yeah, it's truly just dystopian. People are mysterious men in black are watching you from a viewing platform.
I want to say one thing. Mechanically, the video game flashlight in this is so good.
Yeah.
This game
neat.
is dark as shit, so you need a
You need
flashlight
it.
that's good, and they throw you one.
It doesn't light up the whole room. It lights up where you aim it.
Yeah.
Like a flashlight.
Yeah. Pretty cool.
It rules. I love the flashlight. Simple training. Then you go out in the field. Oh, terrorists have captured the Statue of Liberty. Literally across the street from our headquarters.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Which has been beheaded, by the way.
Yep.
Love that.
Yeah, they got rid of the head a couple years back in another terrorist attack.
Yeah, the French said we didn't deserve it anymore.
Yeah.
So they did what the French do best, and they cut off its head.
I wish I could have seen that giant guillotine. They had to take it. They took it down real quick after.
Big horizontal guillotines.
Yeah.
Use a bungee cord to just sling it down.
Yeah. So you meet your brother Paul, who looks like you.
Looks just like you, and you learn that you and Paul are the latest and cutting-edge nano-modified agents. You're not like those old rusty mechs with all of their hardware parts. No, we've got micro-robots in our blood.
Yeah.
Isn't that awesome?
So
Your
that
Medco
makes-
better issue some hardware.
That makes JC and Paul look more like humans,
Like regular people?
Yes.
as opposed to
Badass?
The better to infiltrate with.
yeah.
I don't know.
Benedict-
Freaking
that's
Gunther
right.
looks awesome.
Yeah, Gunther and
Such good
Anna
character
Navarra
design.
have
Yeah.
just wires all in their
Oh,
faces.
it's so cool.
Yeah. It's so scary that they switch his orange soda to lemon soda in the break room. If you go find him, he complains about how the workers are plotting against him and have replaced the orange soda button with the lemon soda button because they know he
Amazing.
prefers orange soda.
Of course, absolutely great.
It's really funny.
There are some good little Easter egg moments in this game. I got to nod it to that. But you got to go looking for them, like Easter eggs.
You do.
I mean, it's not really Easter eggs. It's just narrative construction. The characters have lives.
Paul
They're
Denton
people.
renting Blue Harvest is an Easter egg.
Right, of course. But it also says so much about Paul and the type of person he is.
A fucking nerd.
Yeah, exactly.
Who would rent a Star Wars movie?
A fucking nerd who also is probably idealistic.
Oh, the other thing...
And naive.
See You Next Wednesday is a joke from the National Lampoon writers about, I guess, a movie that shows up in Animal House and National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. So I had to look that one up. But yet another Easter egg.
Sure, I don't really care what a bunch of Ivy
Film's
League brats
great.
think, but you know. How'd you all resolve this tourist? How'd you all resolve the tourist issue?
I very sneakily ran around and smacked them in the fucking head until they all got knocked out. Successfully prevented every terrorist from actually being killed until I got to the very end where there are all kinds of landmines that kept accidentally tripping, and of course I wasn't the victim, but they certainly were. So I think I lost a few terrorists towards the end by accidentally blowing up their explosives for them. Yeah. But I tried to do stealth and a stun baton. Yeah.
I mostly stealthed with the tranquilizer gun and blowing up robots, which is stealthy because people don't come running at the sound of explosions.
No.
Who needs to? And yeah, you get to the top and you talk to this guy and he gives you a little ambrosia and...
Well, he also tells you, hey, the government is...
Yeah, he
Government
red pills you,
bad.
He
man.
starts...
He gives you the Morpheus, the full Morpheus.
Yeah. This is the start.
If you choose to listen to him.
Nah, you
Right.
should kill
You
him.
talk to him.
Because you're a cop.
I didn't kill him.
Well, but
They
you're a
wanted
cop.
him alive.
Oh, yeah, you got to follow orders.
I gotta follow orders. Good soldiers follow orders. I did. I snuck around, loaded some boxes up. Stealth killing people, just brat. But loaded boxes up, climbed up the tower. Didn't even go to the dock worker guy that I was supposed to go to.
You didn't follow your dossier?
I did not follow my dossier. I just went around and said, hey, I could get up there if I use these boxes and crates and just boop, boop, stack. Skip through all the bad guy stuff. Didn't save Gunther or anything either.
Nice.
Talked to the guy at the top, and then UNACO soldiers came and they said, hey, we killed everyone.
Gunther
and we
got out.
Gunther. Gunther got out.
I probably would have had more fun if I played it like you. I tried to see every single inch of that island, and boy, did that take forever.
Isn't it dark?
Yeah. It certainly is.
It was
hard
fun.
to see everything.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, but I went to... I explored the rest of the island after. I didn't know I could do that.
The
but-
smart thing to do.
Well, all by accident.
No.
And so I went to the dock worker, and he said, why am I even out here? You didn't even need me.
What the fuck, man?
Wow.
What the fuck? Well, at least I'm getting paid anyway.
Nice.
Go back to the HQ, which is, again, across the street from the Statue of Liberty, which is so funny. How did they get snuck attack?
Oh, there's
Right.
so much about
it's
this
literally,
game. It's like, what are we
you know,
doing?
yards away. It's
Yeah.
so funny.
Oh, that's not even the funniest. Our base is right across from their base bit, too, in this entire
Yes.
game.
Yes.
It comes up a lot.
Yeah. It's convenient.
Oh, my God.
It's very
very-
I'm,
it's very
I'm
narratively
really
convenient.
happy that they did it that way. I would not want to trek all the way across that map any more hundreds of times than I already did. Yeah, because again, I got lost playing this fucking game.
Go back to the UNACO headquarters.
Manderley better issue some hardware.
Did Manderley ream you?
No, I think Manderley was like, good job.
Yeah.
Well,
I guess that's the
Navarra
next
said
mission.
you did
can
an
read.
okay.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
You did okay.
Yeah.
Go meet your brother Paul.
Yeah, gotta go meet Paul. You get to meet the government robots that are just completely
The
metallic.
Men in Black. Yeah.
Well, it just says bodyguard. That's their names.
Okay.
Which weird because they speak
Who are
as
they
if they're-
guarding? Yeah.
Right, who are they guarding? And they also are basically agents of the U.S. government telling UNATCO to do stuff.
Yeah. FEMA specifically.
FEMA.
The
death
the
camps.
FEMA director. Yes.
They could
I
not
love that.
They could not predict FEMA death camps in the way that this is just going on.
Yeah.
FEMA in control of everything. Walter Simons in control of the world, in control of the United States. Oh, thank you, FEMA.
It's all FEMA.
I can't wait for our FEMA overlords. How anyone stand out in the HQ for you all?
Nope.
I liked the armory guy.
Oh, your old CO?
Yeah, he's actually pretty stoked if you go non-lethal. He's really happy that you're trying to do things nicely, and you can find out later he's actually, I believe he works for the NSA.
Yeah, he's
undercover.
He's not undercover. He turns actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay,
when he realizes the
A
kill
lot of
switch
people
thing.
do.
Yeah.
Yep, a lot of people
Which is-
defect.
Yeah, and you can
With no consequence.
well,
Depends.
yeah.
Some people there's consequence.
Like who?
Ask Paul.
Oh yeah, yeah. I didn't know you could save Paul from his apartment.
Yeah, yeah. Just stay there and
He
help.
told me to run, so I was like, "Oh, okay."
But he doesn't. He doesn't live though.
Yeah,
I know he does. He lives until I think he dies at some point, right?
He
I
still
don't
gets
think
killed
so.
after mission 5, right?
You can save him. You can take him to Tokyo, and like he chills with Tracer Tong, and is like, "I'm going to be hurt for a bit, but I'm here."
Oh, I didn't know that.
Wow.
Yeah, no.
No, he told me to run, so I ran. I found out later that you could save him from that night, and then
Yeah.
Huh.
Interesting.
Yeah, no, that didn't happen for me.
Yeah.
That's
You
skipping.
can save Paul.
Yeah, that's skipping ahead to way in the future. No, that's okay. You know, this game, there's a lot going on in it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of layers.
Yeah.
Then we get another mission to find more terrorists at Battery Park or something. What's the next one?
Yeah, you got to go to Battery Park into the subway, and then you find the mole people.
Yeah, Hell's Kitchen in the warehouse district too.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yep, you gotta find the mole people. I like this mission. I like talking to the weird mole children.
Yeah. I love talking to all the kids in the game. They're
Mhm.
all pretty plugged in for the most part, actually.
Yeah, they're
some
plugged
of them
in.
can help you quite a bit.
And pissed off.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Yeah, but
as they should be. Life is pretty terrible in this game.
how often did you all just like kill what you think JC would consider parasites are?
I didn't play the game that way.
No, nor did I. I thought, well, I might want to talk to this person later, so I'll just knock him out for now.
Every single asshole I came across, especially that like drug dealer that's abusing his employee, I guess. I don't think that's the relationship. But trafficking this woman, essentially. I just went, brat, 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 die.
I think I might have actually... I don't think I killed that guy. I think I hit him a bunch, and I think at some point he chased me to a place where a cop shot him or something like that. So a lot of people died, not because I shot them, but because somebody else shot them for me in this game.
Yeah. You gotta go to Paul's apartment to get some stuff, and there's... Well, you don't have to, but there's a hostage situation at the Tauntaun.
Yep.
The Hilton, which is great. I love that. It's just a burned-out Hilton sign.
Yeah, the Ton Hotel.
The Taun Hotel. Did any of your hostages die?
No.
I don't think so, although I did go straight to the main directive the first time, not realizing it would lock me out of the ton, so I almost completely finished that first main mission before I realized I'd missed a side objective and went all the way back and then did the ton, but I don't think I lost any objectives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just like burst in from Paul's room. I like climbed up the ladder. It's like, die. And nobody got hurt, but they were shot a little.
That's funny.
I guess people got hurt.
They didn't hurt, they just got shot a little.
They didn't die. There's a lot of situations where hostages getting like shot but not killed with me. Yeah. Nobody ever died under my watch, but they definitely had to get some stitches. Just me bursting in, guns blazing with
Stop
shotgun.
resisting.
Yeah, no, it's the stop resisting playthrough. Just awful cop fascist thing. But hey, you know when it turns and I'm a tool against the fascists, no mercy for them. So it works out.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's nice to have a tank.
Sometimes it's nice to have a tank. And tanks don't shoot non-lethal rounds. It's just impossible. How do we feel about the sniper roof access? Have to get into the special base facility, and there's all the snipers on the roof just going brat brat.
Boy, am I good at falling down.
I never fell down once.
Oh, geez Louise.
For an immersive sim game that gives you a lot of options to use whatever you want, that level really wanted you to use the sniper rifle.
I was so glad to use it. Just snipe. You're dead. Pick off.
I did that, but with my crossbow, which is a lot harder.
That sounds like a lot harder.
But I did do it, and I did it very sneakily, and because I was doing so much work to do extra sneaking, I fell down a lot. And I think fall damage Number one killer of Uncle in this game. Fall damage. I guarantee it. 9 out of 10 deaths were fall damage for me.
I took a lot of fall damage too. I get that.
Yeah.
It's really interesting when... Now I'm thinking about, how do we feel about the healing system in the game, where you don't have a health bar to heal, you have to heal specific parts of your body, and only the chest and the head counts as the death parts. You can lose your arms and legs.
Yes. I found it tedious and frustrating until I got the regen mod. And knowing that the regen mod was awaiting me, I held on to a bunch of augment canisters, and when I finally got it, I was fully maxed out immediately. Completely changed the game.
So good.
Completely changed the game. Yeah.
I had 15 med packs at the end of the game.
Yep, I did too. Well, to the point where I stopped.
Yeah. You didn't like the healing, Dale?
I don't like this game.
Are you just...
There were several times where I yelled out loud, "I don't like this game." I feel you.
I like the fact that I can just say, "Fuck my arm. I don't need it."
Yeah, you can limp around, and boy, that's slow.
Crawl? I always imagine it just... You're just crawling.
I like that better.
Because you go down to a lower position when you lose both your legs, and then you're very slow. So I just imagine JC's just crawling, and if he has no arms, just hopping. Well, he still has arms, but, you can't aim as well. Yeah, no, I just sniped the snipers, walked across, bing, bada, boop. We're all good. Most of the time, they never saw me. I wasn't very stealthy. But you can be stealthy when they're dead because nobody sees you.
Yeah, you learn later. You learn through practice that no one in this game has farsightedness. That's actually it must be some kind of disease that happens in the far future.
The Grey Death.
Everyone, the Grey Death is causing everyone to lose their sight.
Shit, do you think Ironstorm planned COVID?
Oh God. I don't want.
I don't want this. I don't even want this as a joke.
I don't want that conversation. But I feel like old school gamers who were playing this game during COVID were getting pretty worked up. I
love the conversation of Jock in the bar. That's good. Just love talking to Jock. And...
All the bartenders are fun to talk to.
Well, Jock's the pilot.
I know, but
yeah, the bartenders are great.
Side note.
Fuck yeah.
The bartender in France.
The bartender in France is so good.
Yes, really cool. Yeah.
Yeah, no, all bartenders are good. I think it's like this one put upon woman who's just struggling with the curfew and stuff. And hey, fascists like curfews. Who would Brooklyn time. Brooklyn Bridge.
New York, all the New York bits blend together for me. All the East Coast bits blur together for me. Everything looked the same, and honestly, it's not that long of a game, but it felt long.
all the fire barrels keeping people warm.
Yeah,
that burn you the instant you're right next to them.
Yep,
you started being lighted.
Yeah,
I love that. I love the aesthetic of poor people in this game is burning barrels everywhere.
Yeah,
so it's very goofy. Yeah, this is where you also find the mole people, and then you go to LaGuardia to find your brother Paul and Lebedev. Oh, fucking. Yeah, let's jump to the Lebedev thing. Did you listen to Lebedev and let Anna Navarra kill him?
I found that you can talk to Lebedev. Anna Navarra comes out, and you can kill her.
Yeah,
you can kill her right then. And I tried to do that, and I had a really hard time. I was like, there's probably a faster way to do this. So my second try, I laid a lamb in the doorway, and so you talk to Lebedev, you turn around, and she doesn't say anything. She walks through, blows up, and you turn right back around and continue talking to Lebedev. It's really funny, actually.
That rules.
Really funny. Yeah.
What happens if he lives? Because I talked to him, and then she shot him down, and then she told me that she was going to report that. I was like, okay, fine. Went into the next room, tossed 2 grenades, and then turned around and left. And then Alex Jacobson's like, what are you doing, JC?
Yeah, that's
I understand she killed the man, but what? You just killed her.
Yep. Love that.
Dale?
Oh, the playthrough I watched, the guy...
Oh, you didn't even get that far.
No, the guy talked and Anna Navarra killed him.
Yeah. So this is where the playthrough starts.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And then the next one is back to Hell's Kitchen. Yep. We're back. It's dark, and we got to go do a favor for Paul. Gotta fucking upload the distress signal to the terrorists worldwide,
right.
to Silhouette, the French one.
Yeah, let them know.
You gotta let them know
we're on their side.
Well,
And
let
then
them know
we've
that
made-
the NSF knows about them. You need to hide. Go underground.
And the only way to do it is by shifting the position of these giant radio dish things, right? Or is this?
Yep.
Yep. Yeah.
And then you hit send.
Yep. Boy, was that an action-packed, interesting mission.
Did you
Sending an email?
Now, this is where, since I was starting to be against UNACO, I started just doming UNACO troops wherever I saw them.
Mm-hmm.
And just was preemptively going through.
I didn't. I kept trying to. I wanted to be a good boy. I didn't want to kill him, so I just kept knocking people out. Impossible to knock
What would
out.
Paul do?
Impossible to knock out a dog. By the way, that really bothered me.
Oh,
you can
bummer.
only murder dogs. I hated that.
Let's brief aside about animals in this game.
I mean, I guess that is a pretty good cop simulator.
Yeah.
You fucking kill dogs.
Well, I mean, how many cats have you stepped on by
Or
accident?
rats.
Yeah, the rats all die. I think they bite you and die.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, no, if you walk around them, they die because it's like you squish them.
Oh.
And that's also what happens to cats, too.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I don't think I ever killed a cat because I just was following the cat around and clicking on it, but I was never... Which meant I had to be looking at it, so I don't think I ever actually stepped on a cat.
I've had many instances where I'm at a slightly higher elevation. The cat just runs underneath me, and I'm just walking forward, not paying attention, and just squish.
Bummer.
You cannot pet the animals in this game.
No, you
Yeah,
can
that
only
was a
stomp
bummer.
on
I
them.
tried. I always tried, but you can't.
No, I didn't feel
not
bad.
that immersive.
I didn't feel
so-
bad about sniping the
Well,
dogs.
very immersive again. If you think
you're a cop. That's right.
Yep, you're a cop.
You have to immerse into the cop
Yes,
mindset.
you do.
It's not a role-playing game,
No.
No.
even though people say it is. I don't think it really is. There's no. The closest thing is skill points and stuff, but even then, it doesn't feel like it affects it as much as it sounds like it does.
They're cop skills.
It feels like it does, but it doesn't. To get every exploration bonus, I think in that way it affects it. So to maximize your playthrough, it matters. But I don't think this is a game you should really worry too much about maximizing.
Maybe just lockpicking
set it
and
to an
electronics.
set it to an easier playthrough. Lockpicking, electronics, just do it.
Yeah, just those two are the main skills you really need because it helps you bypass a lot.
Yes,
I had those really high,
helps
so
you
I could just lockpick doors and easy peasy, I'm in.
Yeah, and don't forget to quick save so you can not use them if you ended up wasting them on something that doesn't matter.
Yeah. And after you send the message, you go back to Paul. Paul's like, hey, we're fucked. You need to run.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of mentioned this before. Apparently you can save Paul.
Yep.
I instead tried to save Paul and got shot and knocked out into the facility.
Yep. You go to prison.
the Let's Play I watched was guns loaded and had a whole bunch of ammunition saved up and just killed 30 UNACO agents and 5
There are a
G-men.
lot. I assumed they just spawned forever. I tried, I think maybe once.
It's so
to
hard.
save
It's a
them.
lot, but
Yeah.
no, it
And
I
does.
was like, nah, I'll just run.
And they sent in Men in Black, who are robots.
The robots, yeah.
Yeah.
So they used lambs, blew up the Men in Black, which also blew up 10 UNACO guys.
Mm-hmm. Good.
Yeah.
So the
Save
next
Paul.
So the next mission is kind of what fully sold me in on this whole entire game. You're locked in a prison cell. You have none of your stuff. This weird AI voice starts talking to you. Hey, I'm going to unlock the door. I mean, you don't know it's an AI, but you
I
kind of
need you to get out of here,
I need you to get out of here.
Mm-hmm.
so I'm going to help.
Good
Yep.
dystopian awakening story.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is that moment where we're exiting the cave.
Yep.
Yeah, fully.
Yep.
Yeah.
Fully. And gotta go through the base. Get your stuff back. Stealth around. Beat people with batons.
Yeah.
Avoid cameras. Talk to the disenfranchised people who are slaves, indentured servants here, who will just, give you anything you need with the slightest bit of prodding.
Yeah.
Hey, what do you do here? I don't know. You look like you're the person that escaped, though. Here's the codes. Fuck them up for me, fam.
Yeah. Want some grenades? I don't pay for them.
I don't pay for them. I just take them.
Yeah.
Good stuff. I really like the trying to avoid the RoboCop patrol robots.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what that fucking thing is
They're
called.
right out of RoboCop, though.
It
yeah.
truly is.
Yeah.
Eddie or whatever.
Yeah. The hallway where they're just crossing in a square, and you could just easily sneak behind them. It's
Very,
not bad.
very easily. Yeah.
But it's stressful because they will kill you.
Yeah. My favorite thing about is that the prison is you learn inside your base.
Yeah,
Like
it's the fourth floor.
Yeah, your headquarters is a prison. That's what you really are, which is that's the most important thing. Which of course, I mean, you're a cop.
Right.
But you didn't necessarily know that it was this kind of super scary Guantanamo
Big old
situation.
Supermax.
Yeah, there wasn't a superstructure underneath all of UNATCO, but hey, this is it.
And importantly, once you get back to the office, you can find the basketball hidden in one of the offices, and you can start bouncing a basketball around. And that's the most fun thing about this game.
I like just talking to Alex Jackson. I'm like, oh my god, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
You got a kill switch going on. Your body's going to die in 24 hours.
The government can turn you off.
The government can turn you off. Can turn you on. It can turn you off.
Oh.
What an expensive mistake you turned out to be, JC.
Yes. So they say.
Got to go to Hong Kong. Jock is now your pilot. Steals.
Everyone that you loved in UNATCO has defected and joins you in Hong Kong.
Yes, which is kind of cool.
My boy Alex, my boy Jaime Reyes.
Not
he's
Gunther,
right there.
though.
Well,
Gunther was never your friend.
no. He's not one of
He's my friend.
Oh, yeah, I guess.
Okay.
Maybe a butcher's friend.
A butcher's friend, yeah.
Yes.
We're pals.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was impressed with my work. How efficient I was. Hong Kong, huge level.
Hong Kong, half the game.
Huge racism.
Yeah. I heard again, no audio, but I heard a couple clips in a playthrough I skimmed later.
Not great.
No. Wow.
No.
Wow.
Gotta solve a triad dispute.
Yeah.
Gotta deal with a femme fatale figure who tries to get you to join her, even though she's just playing you. How'd you all discover? I guess how'd you discover, Uncle, the dragon sword was in her apartment?
I was exploring every inch of her apartment compulsively because I explored every inch of every space compulsively. I was, there's a sword here.
Yeah, did you find
accident?
The secret entrance?
Yes, I found this. Yes, I found the secret entrance, and there was a sword. Oh, she has a sword. Okay, so it wasn't a big surprise for me. I mean, well, I guess it was, but I just found it on accident. I literally found it on accident.
For me, I did something upstairs, and the maid was really mad at me. And she said something that was... I can't remember what she exactly said, but the instant she said it, I was like, wait a second. And then I pulled out a gun and shot her.
As one does.
Mm-hmm. And she had a gun.
Yes.
And so I knew something was off. And then I went downstairs, and the secret entrance opens up if there's gunfire.
Yeah.
And then the Majestic 12 soldiers come out.
Yep.
Also, love it. Majestic 12. Yeah, this is what we start learning. Just famous Do you know the actual conspiracy?
Yeah.
Dale, what is it?
I read a bunch about this game and watched a Let's Play.
Okay, well I meant
Yeah, Bob Page is he's leading Majestic 12 as a splinter organization within the Illuminati. And
I meant in real life.
Oh no.
The actual the Majestic 12 conspiracy, they are the military portion of Men in Black, basically, that handle alien stuff. Yeah.
Which aliens are real in this game.
Kind of.
Well, there are aliens that you see in VersaLife.
There are greys.
Yeah.
That are just botched cloned humans and not aliens.
Never mind.
I think there's an Easter egg alien in Area 51, but you gotta look for it.
There's a lot of aliens in Area 51, quote unquote. Unless is there a different one?
I don't know. Isn't there a gray?
Yeah, there's a lot of grays, but you find out the grays are actually failed nano clones, failed JCs and Pulse. They're your brothers, if anything.
I
think there's a little gray, or maybe someone modded it in.
They look like grays. They look exactly like aliens.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But you find a memo later where someone's like, "So are these aliens or what?" And then another person responds, "No. They're just failed clones. They're just failed clones. Don't worry about it. They're not extraterrestrial. They're fucked up still, yes, but don't worry. Don't worry. It's not extraterrestrial life. Yeah. It's just
like a lot of alien conspiracies in real life, though. It's not aliens. It's the government making more fucked up weapons.
Yeah,
that's
usually what it is.
Yeah.
So Tracer Tong becomes your new Manderley.
Yeah,
and it's
your new mission giver.
We're gonna fight back.
Mm-hmm.
You got to go infiltrate Illuminati. Go seek Stanton Dowd.
Yeah, you gotta go to
back to New York.
Well, Paris.
Oh, Paris first. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where you get the awesome fight music. Paris's fight music.
Paris is so good. I love all of Paris and having to figure out the underground part too.
And it's really bad in Paris. So Bob Page's Majestic 12 goons can just walk the streets because terrorism is so bad that
they're just there. You gotta find Silhouette.
Yeah, giant walking mech robots waiting to murder the citizens for having the audacity of being outside after 10 p.m.
Yes, terrible.
Yeah.
Oh, and you gotta find drugs for a drug dealer in a bakery.
Yeah, that's pretty fun.
That's a fun mission.
I, again, did that by accident. I was like, there's a space here. I want to be in that space.
Mm-hmm.
Smashed through, stole all the Zyme. I was like, that's a lot of Zyme. I bet that's like, I don't know how to use it or what I'm going to use it for, but that's a lot of Zyme. Took it all, found out I could sell it, made some money.
Yeah, a lot of money. Oh my God, I made so much money from the Zyme.
Yeah.
Did you break into people's homes?
Every one of them.
Oh, it's so much fun. Especially the couple who are like, why are you in here?
Yeah, that's the best one. They have a whole argument about trying to run away to America, and you can just stand there and listen to them argue. Yeah, there's nothing to steal in that home, by the way.
That home
You're just there to listen to them argue.
Yep, it's a really good beat.
Yeah.
And then one of them's like, you probably want next door the weapons guy.
Yeah, the weaponsman.
Yeah, the arms dealer.
Of weapons.
The arms dealer. That's what they call him. They know their neighbor is an arms dealer, and they say, go next door.
Yes.
Stop bothering us here. Great bartender.
Great bartender.
Revolutionizes or tries to revolutionize JC.
Yeah, tries to make JC based.
Red pill.
Right. Find Silhouette. So I love the secret doorway for Silhouette that opens up, and there's like literally like
yards away.
Feet.
Yeah.
Mere feet away. There's a weird blast door that I was very confused. Wondering, what is that?
Yeah, why can't I be in this part of your secret base?
Right, I thought that was their secret base.
Yes.
I'm like, why is there a secret door? Come to find out, oh, that's Majestic 12's base. That's the compound that they're in. It's just the most... Yeah. Oh, okay, the guys are all right next to each other.
Yeah, this is conspiracy theory high school. Yeah. This is that other class over there. Those are the jock conspiracy kids, and we're the emo
kids. Cool kids.
We're the geeks and the freaks.
Gotta help Silhouette rescue a few hostages.
Come to find out that Silhouette's leader is like the daughter of Illuminati.
Yeah, Illuminati royalty.
Yeah.
Yes.
But not so royalty that it's not actually Illuminati, it's Knights Templars.
Templar.
Secret organization within secret organization.
Right, like there's stewardship over the Knights Templar, and apparently the Illuminati was the good conspiracy stewards, and Majestic 12 is the bad conspiracy stewards.
Yeah. They're all bad because they come from bankers, though.
Yeah. It's weird.
Yeah.
It's weird. It doesn't deal with the anti-Semitism of conspiracy theories. It kind of is still in the space, especially when they bring up things like the Rothschilds and stuff like that.
Yes, and the Kennedys. You can find some stuff about how the Kennedys are involved in all this, but it goes back to the Templar banking system. You can find some books to read about that.
I like it.
Yeah, in the cathedral, I think.
Yeah, or the mansion, they have they have like this weird Knights Templar mansion.
Yes.
That I really liked exploring. It's pretty peaceful for the most part, and then people show up later. But
yes.
The first bit is, how do I break and enter into this home? What do I do? And I'm like with the daughter of the home, like who used to live here, and she's maybe the key's still under the rock or behind the vase. It's kind of a cute. I feel like the game's almost trying to set you up with her too.
Maybe.
Right?
I don't know.
Do you get the vibes? I got that weird vibes. Like this is the Bond girl I found, and she's going to help me out. Maybe that's just me, but the writing was a little weird.
I don't know if I got that vibe.
Nice try, Ashley, but you're too young for me. Hey, Ada, what are you doing?
No, immediately calls Huntington. Wow, you look good without your glasses. Leon S. Kennedy.
Then you go back to New York City, which is under martial law. Right? Isn't that after Paris?
You go to... Where do you go after Paris? I think this is around the time where my gameplay was coming to an end. There's one little mini sequence between Paris and Area 51.
Oh, we also Skip the shipyard and the boat.
The stupid boat.
Yeah.
That's where I
With
almost...
standing
that's
down.
almost where I
You gotta
lost
blow
my
up his submarine.
mind. I
like
hated
the big,
the super
cargo
freighter
container.
I spent hours looking for the final thing to blow up. Come to find out, you have to throw it over a wall. Like you can't even see the target. You have to throw it over a wall. I was looking for it and looking for it and looking for it and looking for it. Oh my! I almost lost my mind.
Yeah, I like blowing up the boat. Throughout this, we also get conversations with two different AIs. Basically, Daedalus turns into Helios.
Yep.
Because it's all just some.
Do you know their AIs at this point?
Yeah, basically.
It's pretty obvious.
There are
As the player, but I don't think
you get
JC
hints in
knows.
public terminals. If you're looking at public terminals, you're getting little messages from both Icarus and Daedalus.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think at that point, he kind of learned. At one point, it's just it's stated.
I know there's one point where he asks Alex, he's like, thanks for all the help back there.
Oh, yeah,
Alex
are
is
you
like,
Daedalus?
It's not me.
Yeah. I do love JC saying, I figured it out. You're Daedalus, obviously.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then Tracer talking obviously you're Daedalus, huh? No, I'm not.
Daedalus?
Daedalus? JC never
You know how to use computers.
You know how to use computer. You must be Daedalus.
Yeah,
it's
that's
basically.
yeah.
I love the voice. It's just so good. It's
Stop resisting.
It's very.
On computers, real quick. I love hacking computers right in front of people. I love doing that.
Yes.
My imagination is that he's hacking in his brain. He's got nano augments. He's hacking through his brain. He's not really standing right in front of them hacking their stuff.
No, you're standing right in front of them. Hacking
all the
stuff.
stealth mechanics of this game are very clunky in that old way, where it's like a person can unload a full clip of assault rifle on you. They can throw lambs at you.
Yep.
Explosions everywhere. Alarms going off. You sit behind a couch for 5 seconds. Well, must have been my imagination. Yep, love it.
Must be.
Yeah.
Once we get done with the Knights Templar stuff, we got to go to the Air Force Base. We got to go rescue the daughter.
Yep.
A lot of hostage rescues in this game.
You're a cop.
You're a cop. And I just blasted my way through. And so I started blasting. And she didn't die. She did get shot a lot. Yeah. I was actually really worried. She almost really died for me. She sounded like she was not doing great.
I will say, as I got towards the end of my playthrough, I completely gave up on nonviolence. Once I got the sword, everyone was doomed to die.
Everyone's a target.
Yes,
and I was killing a lot of NPCs that probably had story content that I maybe gated myself out of, but they were annoying me and pissing me off, and I thought they were evil, and so I killed them.
I reached that point. Yeah.
Great game. I love it. I love exploring, going through in the tunnels, sewer systems. It's just. I love airfields, saving scientists, getting robots.
It's like I'm watching the Let's Play again. I just want to take a nap.
Yeah.
We're almost there. So we get to the airbase. Then we do the sub base. I like the sub. I love going through all the corridors and stuff and trying to go into different levels. And you got to go up, down, right side.
This was, a little bit earlier than this actually. But I think beginning in Hong Kong, while I was watching the Let's Play, is when I was really, really confident that I could just mash the skip 5 seconds ahead button and not really miss any story content. And turns out I was correct because the Let's Player I was watching. Oh, I should give them a shout out in their channel. But anyway, the Let's Player that I was watching was having a very hard time navigating this game.
Oh, were they?
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but the geometrical structure of the game's maps, they just worked for me. I just could navigate them easily, and I just remembered where things were at.
I had the opposite experience. Because everything looked exactly the same, because everything is shaped exactly the same, instantly lost. This game desperately needs a map that shows you where you currently are.
But they do have maps.
A map that shows you where you currently are
and
fair. What direction you are facing.
Yeah.
Thank you to Ermacard Long Plays. 11 hours and 27 minutes it took them to beat Deus Ex.
It took me 20 hours to beat the game.
I was appreciative of you sending me that link.
Yeah. Ermacard Long Plays, if it weren't for you, I would be blissfully unaware of this clunky. No, that's not true. If it weren't for you, I would never have experienced visually the rest of the game.
You have your fight with Gunther in the sub base after you get the submarine going.
Another fun enemy to lay a trip mine for.
Especially if you're preemptively. I had the problem we were killing each other exactly the same time. We literally just both die. I had that 3 times until I just threw a grenade in the corner he's hiding before he even saw me and just blew up.
I laid one in a doorway and then ran away from him. Let him chase me.
It's so good that you can just fuck people up with mines.
Oh, yeah.
I love that. I love the lambs.
Actually, really funny to just watch people get totally jibbed. Just like, yeah.
Yeah, juked out.
Yep.
I love juking out enemies.
Red mist.
Red mist?
Pink mist?
Oh.
When a person explodes?
Yeah, pretty much.
You can't getting jibbed, getting turned into giblets.
Yeah. My God, you can't get their stuff though when that happens.
No,
sucks.
Yeah, it is the bummer. Yeah,
it makes sense, but you know,
can't do the other thing cops are really good at: stealing people's shit.
You get a nuke launch.
An essential element of this game: stealing people's shit.
And you're going through the submarine base to get a nuke launched out too. Or no, that's
yeah, which you can redirect, I believe.
Yeah, you redirect to Area 51.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bob Page wants to blow up.
And then he's got anti-nukes. He's like, ha ha ha.
Right, but also you still fuck up Area 51 pretty nicely. It's all blown out and stuff. But not deep down in the bunker. He's fine.
And then Bob Page is like, I'm Icarus. Or is he Daedalus?
Merges with...
He wants to merge with Helios.
Merge with Helios, which is Icarus and Daedalus combined.
That's it.
Yes.
Yep. Yeah, Bob Page is doing his super evil thing. We don't really see him much throughout all the game until this final level.
Where he's seeking apotheosis.
Right, but he also ultimately doesn't matter because no matter what...
Which Mass Effect ending did you pick?
Right, yeah, so
yes.
it all leads up to a culmination of JC has to make a choice. Do I let AI rule the world and make decisions for humans, thus creating a peaceful world, but one where we have our hands off the reins?
Hold on, there's 2 different versions of that, though, right? Or no. It's just AI being the benevolent dictator.
Right, but JC takes the form of the AI. The AI,
you combine.
Yeah, you combine. You create the synthesis with that Bob Page wants to do, but you're doing it for good.
Benevolent dictator.
Have the Illuminati...
Good.
Yeah. Do you have the Illuminati come back, and that's the actual...
Morgan Page promises we won't be bad this time.
Terrible. Morgan Shroud.
Trout.
Yeah. This time it'll be good, but we'll work from the shadows and control everything. Or do you do the Dark Age ending where you destroy technology?
Turn the switch. Flip the switch.
Return to anarchy.
So what would you two have chosen if you got this
there's
far?
one choice.
There is one choice, I personally think.
You turn the switch off.
Yeah, I would turn the switch off because I don't trust myself to be a benevolent dictator. I don't trust anything or anyone to be a benevolent dictator.
I don't trust the Elon Musk option. Yeah. I don't trust the Democrat neolib option. I trust the anarcho option.
Yeah, we must all become Luddites.
Which
we really must.
A couple of days ago.
Which we I would argue we must.
I knew you picked Tracer Tong. There's only one choice.
Of course, there really is only one choice.
Really only one choice,
Yeah. Do you want to guess what choice they chose to be canon for the sequel?
The merge option, right? The benevolent dictator?
I think that would be the most interesting one, but I don't actually know.
And the sequel is Invisible War, right?
Yep. All 3.
Yeah, of course.
Right.
A
Dark Age happens, but also JC is a benevolent AI that trains other people to do things, but also the Illuminati is in control.
Duh.
Yeah, like JC...
Because that is...
So what happens...
Everything... That's real life, right? Everything is always everything.
How can a benevolent AI exist in a Dark Age?
Look, I have not played Invisible War.
How can all of your friends defect from UNACO without any consequence?
It's more of a gray age, you know. It's a shade age. It's
there's a little light. Enough light for a benevolent emergent AI.
Yeah. That's the kind of quick and dirty of the story of this game. I like final thoughts. I highly recommend experiencing this thing.
Try it. It's like that fancy scotch. It's like Shakespeare. It's like an acquired taste cheese. Try it, and if you don't like it, spit it out.
I think it's I think this game...
I do say try anything once,
Yeah.
I love the college philosophy. I'll try anything once.
Try anything once.
I think this game...
belongs in a museum.
Yes. It does. Of course,
It does. Yeah.
But also...
Library of Congress. Yeah.
Truly... It's so hard to capture my feelings on this because I think it's one of the best games I've ever played.
Wow.
I
don't think I'd say that.
It's one of the games I've ever played.
I have played it.
It feels great.
Yeah.
It feels great to play. I love the gameplay. I love the story. I love all the characters. I love how weird everyone is and very specific. I love that the game understands its characters are ridiculous. I keep thinking about the CEO that just says, well, of course right now UNACO's bad, but there's good people in there. It can change. You got to change it from the inside, JC. Got to change it from the inside, man.
Yeah.
Just dumb. Just dumb people making dumb choices, and no matter what you choose, it's kind of bad. But I love the only ending that gives you the main theme is the Dark Age ending. So I think that one has to be canonical.
That feels right to me.
Should we move on to questions?
Oh, finally. I'm sorry.
Our first set of questions comes from Hilver. What are your favorite moral choices in a game? Any experiences where the choice led to something you didn't expect or anticipate? This was supposed to come in last month, but it was literally sent in right after we recorded.
I'm gonna go backwards to last episode with KOTOR.
Okay.
One of my favorite moral decisions is, again, it's when you meet Dustil in the academy and you can insult Karth in front of him. And if you insult this man's father in front of him, he chooses to attack you and you have no choice but to murder him.
Yep.
Because the reason why I like that is because a lot of moral decisions we make are really, really tiny decisions that are maybe feeling inconsequential in the moment. And you never know. The ripple effects can cause a tidal wave.
For me, it was when I got to the end of Vault 34 in Fallout New Vegas. And up to this point, I thought, you know what? I'm helping these farmers. Their water supply is poisoned. This is going to be just an easy thing. I'm going to shut the reactor down, stop the nuke. It's good. fight my way through a bunch of ghouls. Really hard level. Oh my god, it's kind of scary because there's some jump scares. I finally get down there. And on the computer terminal, it says, hey, there are people who are underneath the reactor that are subsisting off of its power. They're okay. If you shut this down, they're going to die.
Yeah.
It's the trolley problem.
Yeah.
But, like, that was my first kind of real encounter of the trolley problem.
Especially in, like, practice and play.
Yeah, it struck me. I sat at that screen looking for a good, like, 2 minutes thinking about, what am I going to do? I'm trying to be a paragon of justice here. What is the right thing? Well, the NCR is the coolest. I'm going to help the NCR. But in later playthroughs, I now say, I'm sorry, we got to help the people.
Yep.
You can find water elsewhere in the wasteland.
Yep.
Especially in that one.
Yeah, especially that one.
Yep. I think my favorite one is, it's always the question of how you treat Classe. How do you pronounce her name in Disco Elysium? Classe?
Clasia.
I
don't know. That's not
the one that lies to you so much that your senses betray you.
Yep.
I just...
You can know for certain that you're right and then be completely wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you have to figure out, what do you do? Because you're clearly doing something really wrong.
Yes.
But what do I do with you? And I think it's a very defining moment in your playthroughs of Disco Elysium when you have Harry make a specific choice in that instance, because you can go straight cop and be, well, you lied to me.
Yeah.
You're going to jail. Sorry. Even if it might kill you, literally. Or, I mean, you let her get away scot-free, just get... The other option is incel digmatized.
Yep.
And you get nothing useful out of her, even.
Yeah.
And you don't push the things you need to push. And so I always find that as an interesting moral choice.
Yeah.
The most unexpected one is there is a renegade option in Mass Effect 2 where you just... I wasn't expecting to headbutt another Krogan.
Oh.
And that's always just a good moment. And as much as I have a love-hate relationship that borders on mostly hate for Mass Effect as a series, I do love it when Renegade Shepard can have some fun moments like headbutting a giant turtle dude. Just great.
It's a good one.
Gotta assert your dominance. Continuing on the question from Hilver. This is for end of the year Touchstone games questions. Which games almost made it on your Touchstone list?
Oh, yeah, from last year.
Yeah.
I really wanted to put Ocarina of Time on there, but we already did it.
But what actually made your... because obviously that one couldn't even make the list.
I had one on there for a while called Drawn to Life, which is a really cute DS platformer.
Yeah.
The story in that game is just really touching, and it was creative in a way where you customize your character. I'm like, you literally draw your own character and assets, which I thought was really fun.
That was so on the list that I even bought it.
Yeah.
I need to play it.
It's a cheap game. It's like
I know, but still, like I'm more saying to emphasize, like I bought it because like
it was on the list for up until like December of 22, basically.
Right, and then Soma happened.
Yeah, then I was like, you know what? More important.
Fuck you for that. By the way,
a good game.
It's a good game, but spooky.
What about you?
I mean, we know the answer to this one, right? Fire Emblem Sacred Stones was on the list, but Dale said, I think the best decision we need to do, the more logical one, is Kingdom Hearts 2.
Follow-up question from Hilbert is, what game do you think defines the Touchstone game from each other's list? So for me, I think your defining game was KOTOR.
Yeah.
I was going to say Kingdom Hearts 2, but it really is KOTOR.
It is close, though. I am a sicko in two different directions because of those games. Man, for you, though, this is kind of a toughie. Fuck. I'm just, like, staring at Dale, hoping the answer will just appear. All right, let's go through down yours. Let's go down through yours.
Okay, we had Kirby's Nightmare in Dreamland.
Right.
We had Mega Man Battle Network 4.
Which, that is up there on the top.
We had Soma. We had a collection of racing games from the Nintendo 64.
Yeah.
Advance War, number 1.
Yep.
And finally, what else did I pick?
What's the last one?
Oh, shit.
Oh, I'm sweating. What is it?
I gotta go to our list.
Oh, fuck. How am I forget? We're gonna be like, oh, yeah, that one, probably.
Chibi Robo.
Oh, yeah. Duh, that one
Oh,
ruled.
yeah, that one.
That one, I'm gonna have to say it. Fuck, it's between Soma, Chibi Robo, and Advance Wars. It's Advance Wars. It's Advance Wars, actually. I think Advance Wars exemplifies you a lot.
Love that game.
Especially, like, the bite-sizedness of it.
Yeah.
And the multiplayer aspect of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great gameplay loop.
Very good.
Just they hit something really special with that game.
We need to, us three, play a match of it sometime.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe. All right, are we on to our next question?
Yeah,
probably the
edgelord.
most important question of the day.
Yep.
From recurring guest and known voice actor Edgelord Jake.
Known problem. Jake McCaskill.
The best problem.
Yeah. Is Deus Ex Cyberpunk?
Yes.
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 Okay.
All right, next.
He asks this for every month, and this time it's correct.
Yeah.
Social of specter spososocialism.
You get that, listeners?
The specter of socialism would like to know what voice lines did you find did not age well? What voice lines have you found in the game that make you say, ooh, that didn't age well?
Hong Kong.
For me, and it's in a different way of I'm being liberal with my use of didn't age well, is J.C. Denton saying, why would a bakery need all this electronic security equipment? Because that's all places now.
Yeah.
It didn't age well because
Interesting choice.
name a bakery that doesn't have that anymore,
Yeah.
right? Like, there's some
Yeah.
sort of security system in almost any store.
Yeah.
Dale?
I didn't like this game.
So what didn't age well? Name the specific...
All of it.
What do you mean all of it? Why?
This game reminds me a lot of Half-Life, the first one, because it's got that kind of iconic, like, everyone talks about how much this game did for video games.
Yeah.
And then I go back and I listen to Alex Jacobson go, J.C. Denton, your next message is going to get us professional.
What about... JC, did you go into the ladies' restroom?
I don't understand.
I don't understand.
Uneco better issue some hardware.
I mean, there's some banging lines.
It's a campy cop movie from the 80s. So things age well, things age bad in campy cop movies from the 80s, I think. But I didn't play the game very much, so I don't have really any authority on this question. I listened to it, and I thought that it was just
Number 1.
boring.
In 1945, corporations paid 50% of federal taxes. Now, they pay about 5%. Number 2. In 1900, 90% of Americans were self-employed. Now it's about 2%. It's called consolidation. Strengthening governments and corporations. Weaken individuals. With taxes, this can be done imperceptibly over time.
That's from this game?
Yeah, Leo Gold, one of the
That's a fucking right-wing
resistance
copy
people.
pasta. That shows up all
Oh.
over the internet.
Wow.
I did
Yeah,
not know that
and
that
so,
was
like,
from this game.
And like there is like some like aspect of it where there's the individual person is more important.
I weep for the rugged individual.
Yeah.
The rugged individualism the young
Yeah.
men must experience.
Deus Ex does kind of have a neoliberalism idea of what a conceptualized society should be, which does kind of suck. It's about the individual and not community. Like, they're so right with saying everything, but then when they get into the self-employment of, oh yeah, it's because people aren't self-employed anymore and aren't being their own man.
Yeah.
That's the real issue.
Yeah.
Bootstraps.
Yeah, there's a little bit too much yellow on this supposedly anarchist flag.
Yeah. Great quotes. Let me see if I can find a... What's good an honest soldier if he can be ordered to behave like a terrorist? J.C. Denton.
Yeah, so it's like
What's
watching a
good
Bruce
honest
Willis
soldier
movie.
if not a terrorist?
Yeah. It's good. It's
Yeah.
good.
Next question.
Yes. Annabelle Lee Omens asks, What game mechanics have been improved upon since this game came out? And what games could be a good example of how far certain gameplay functions have come? So, my thing is, I'm going to do the typical move and reject the question. I think actually games should play more like this than it should play more like other games.
I gotta leave.
What would you all think would improve this game a lot? Like control-wise, gameplay-wise.
Just give me a map.
Yeah, it sounds like map is like kind of a thing we keep coming back to.
Yeah, I think the map is the big one. I think
there's a compass though.
I think another thing that would be helpful would be, and I think it's something that
a compass without a map is so
it's really funny.
Hard to navigate.
There are times. I mean, it's one of those.
I'm gonna stick you out in your backyard with a compass.
It's like one of those old games where you're expected to draw your own damn map.
Yeah,
and it's also one cool thing.
I want to bring this up.
In this game is you can take your own notes. Mm-hmm. You can adjust and rewrite, and that is a cool feature that I wish more games had. I like that note that there are things in this game I wish other games today did. But I think this game needs a map. This game needs
the manual. We're forgetting that the year was 2000, and we got a really nice glossy paper manual with this computer game that the three of us did not have access to.
That is very true. I think there was something else. Oh yes, and I think this could work well with the game. More tutorials. Like I think you should get a virtual experience. Like when you have an option between two augments, give me or maybe a tutorial that you can play before the game starts that lets you try different augments.
Yeah.
So that you're not because when you get an augment in this game, it's you don't get to try it right away. You have to take it somewhere else to then install it. Mm-hmm. And so instead of letting you quick save, try it for a little bit now in the dungeon, like in a Zelda game, you get a new tool, try it right away. You learn how to use it while you play the dungeon. This one, it's like, well, you get a new tool, and then later you can try it out. Mm-hmm. And when you try it out, you have to make a choice between two things. You're maybe not even in the middle of an action zone, so it's going to be another 20, 30 minutes until you're going to use it anyway. That needs to be a part of this.
Yeah, and maybe the modern thing is, like, now a game, when you select a skill on a skill tree, they have a little visual animation, like a little video.
That's kind of what I was thinking.
Yeah, or they let you just try it out, see how it feels. And,
and then you can refund your skill tree.
Respecking. I mean, you're a freaking robot man.
Why can't you?
Why can't I uninstall? And that's a big one.
Yeah,
good question.
Now, Dale, these I think next set of questions were kind of not requested by you verbatim, but just requested about the topic. I believe this is a topic you requested for some reason.
I guess I did. We don't always like to touch on the cultural zeitgeists of video games, but this one's kind of hard to ignore.
Yeah. I mean, it's been fun to
be haters of this. The current game that people are playing
for this week.
We'll see what happens next week. Pal World.
Oh.
Pal World. Pokemon with guns. No, it's Minecraft with Pokemon, people. It's the Minecraft Pokemon mod. That's all it is.
What is the question, Dale?
Okay, so anyway. Suzor asks, how could they have made Pal World, quote, better? By keeping it unreleased.
Ooh.
Now here's my thing. To fully inform the audience...
Oh, yeah. Oh, we get this is a big
disclaimer.
Big disclaimer.
None of us has played this.
I'm not touching that shit.
No, not interested. So make it better. I might play it if it wasn't survival crafting.
Amen.
I mean, that's
I have no interest in doing work when I'm trying to play a game.
I like survival crafts, but I'm tired.
It's a big barf for me.
How many times are you going to make me play Minecraft again?
Okay, but you are also like the most funny person for you to say that. Like,
I'm gonna go put another 100 hours into Valheim real quick.
Yeah, you were just talking about Valheim before we started this podcast, so I don't know if you can say that.
Okay, but Valheim is my Minecraft. I found the Minecraft that I like.
No Man's Sky?
No, okay. I found the two Minecrafts that I like.
V Rising?
I haven't played V Rising in actual years. Subnautica scary.
Subnautica spooky.
Underwater is scary.
Ocean squid bad.
Your babies.
Yes!
But nothing scares me, so I'm not a good judge.
Oh, I'm a baby. I'm a baby.
Subnautica would probably make me shit at my computer chair.
I was so baffled as to why people thought it was terrifying when I tried it.
Just no. And Jimmy's better with scary things than I am.
Yeah.
Water spooky.
So I just make Pal World's like a cool concept. They did already do Digimon, which is edgy Pokemon.
I know what would make it better. Loosen IP laws in general. Culturally,
Sure, yeah.
Remove IP
I like that
laws.
idea. Yeah.
All right, next, Suzor.
Next from Suzor is what fun imaginary Pokemon games would you like to see in the future?
I need a social network like Persona style, like slice of life Pokemon game where I'm just playing a person who's just living their life, maybe running a bakery with their like Psyduck companion or something.
There's a Netflix show, I think.
Oh, the Concierge.
Pokemon Concierge.
Yeah.
Give me that in video games.
Yeah.
I would do that.
I like satanic, demonic themes. I like grimdark, so maybe
Dante's Inferno, but Pokemon.
Yeah, demons. Let me collect demons. Let me collect scary, creepy shit.
Shinigami Tensei.
I've also
hold on, wait.
Here's a fun collection game that I don't think people would think of as a collection game. The Shadow of War games, the Shadow of Mordor games.
Oh, sure.
You're collecting creepy orcs. I've always wanted that, but as a Warhammer game actually,
Okay.
because I want to be like a chaos lord who is like a Black Legion chaos lord collecting chaos guys to my cause.
Now, have you ever heard of Shinigami Tensei?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
I'm
It is
not particularly interested.
It is collecting demons, though.
I know. It's just not a game.
You ever wanted
not
to
a game
collect-
style I'm interested in.
Yeah, that's fair. You ever want to
specifically.
collect a giant dick on a chariot?
It's there. It's waiting
there.
for you.
Yeah.
It's waiting for you.
What are your complaints about Pal World?
This is my overall complaint. And this is why it kind of turns me off generally. I just, think we keep doing this cycle.
Yeah.
Every month there's a new game where we're doing this level of discourse and intensity and, fake outrage, real outrage.
Yes.
And we're just stuck
Good take.
in this marketing and hype cycle to the point where we're even asking questions about this. And this is the only reason why I was fine with this, is because of this last one.
This last question really brings it into focus.
It really just bothers me that we just...
What's
we're-
my problem with Power World? I'm being asked to have an opinion of Power World. I don't care about Power World.
And
Let me not care about it.
It's just it's not even don't let me not care about it. It's just, we're going to do this again next month with a different thing. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth comes out at the end of next month. We're going to have a whole thing for that for a couple of weeks. And then we're going to move on to whatever big game is coming out next that is getting a lot of attention and getting a lot of clicks.
Skull and Bones.
Whatever algorithm determines, hey, this is the thing we want people to know about it. Kind of like how Among Us blew up for a little bit. But nothing really has staying power anymore, and I don't think we get...
Remember Fall Guys?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. We don't get any interesting conversations because we're all so consumed with this current intense hype cycle, and then we got to move on to the next new thing instead of looking at old games and talking about them and thinking about them.
Yeah.
Someone should do a podcast about that.
A lot of people are. That's the thing. There are outlets for this. It's just not... Oh, yeah, I know we are doing it right now with Deus Ex. But I do want to say we're not the first people to do that. I want to acknowledge the fact that we're probably some of the last people.
Wait a minute. You're telling me there are other gaming podcasts? People like to talk about video
Not
games?
even that. I'm telling you there's other gaming club podcasts that talk about older games. Yeah, wild.
Wow.
And I know some of our listeners to this one listen to other ones.
I have in my notes here that next month we're playing Deus Ex. Am I in hell?
Oh, sorry, I didn't change that. Yeah,
Am I in hell?
I meant to add Invisible War after that.
Fuck.
That sounds like hell.
No, we're playing a different game next month.
Yes, this one is one that Faden and I are truly hype on. We boarded the hype train the
Right
second
away.
we saw the trailer for this one.
For over 2 years.
Over 2 years we've been waiting to play Thirsty Suitors.
Hell yeah. We're
It's a
going to
game about
reconcile with our
disappointing your parents
exes.
and fighting your exes.
Reconciling.
Okay. I'm going to kick their fucking ass.
You could. Insult them. Break them down.
Oh, I can't wait. I'm going to tear down these little sad boys' hearts.
Yeah, are you going to be Mean Jala?
Mean Jala, yeah. I'm going to go skateboard and listen to punk music, and my mom's going to be like, don't do that.
Yeah, we're playing Thirsty Suitors, so that should be fun. Uncle, thank you so much for joining us again. Are you going to join us next month?
I'll have to look into
game.
Thirsty.
It's also
I like
7
short
hours
games.
long.
Yeah.
I need to try more games, and I am so grateful to be invited to try more games.
You know
It's a
what?
lot of fun.
That'd be great. Yeah, just kind of be like a third seat on the podcast.
If you wish for me to be here, I will be.
So yeah, who knows? Check that out. Do you got anything to shout out? I don't know.
I'm excited to learn more about TTRPGs with my friends that are not Dungeons and Dragons. That's something I'm looking forward to.
Let's go, future. Heart the City Beneath.
Yeah.
Faden is building a pantheon of tabletop games.
Yes, it's pretty exciting.
It's been a lot. I've been tabletop pilled.
It's very fun.
Shout out to Echo. Like that game. Also, shout out to, you can find my Twitter at Faden Cross. Very easy. I post about the games we're playing. You can ask me questions there for stuff. Submit questions. Dale, do you got anything?
I got nothing this time.
Well, until next month, goodbye, y'all.
Peace be with you.
Bye-bye.